Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna give you a quick introduction to for loops in Python. And to do that you need to open a new Jupyter notebook file and rename it with the for loops. So suppose you have this list square brackets in banana, apple and geo. What if here we are just putting the square bracket here, and what if we wanted to do something with this each of item of this list? One way to do that, for example if you wanted to print a square bracket index 0 and run the same. Okay, some we made a mistake here. Print and then now run the same. Still it is giving error. Okay, give the circular parenthesis here, run the cell. Okay, here you can see here print a square bracket 0 index value is banana, and in the output you are seeing banana. And similarly if you print a1 a2 you will get the values apple and geo here in the output. So this method works. It's kind of difficult. We need to not difficult actually, but it's very monotonous because we need to repeat every item again and again. You need to use print function again and again here, so it's quite monotonous or uh, quite lengthy method, and that would be a lot of work. If list, for example, if this list had 100 values, then it will be really lengthy to print each and every value of this list with the print function. So another method is using the for loop for element in a column, print element. So this code says for each element in A, do the following, which is printing each element. Let's see if it works. Let's see it works. It printed out banana, apple, and geo. And you can have multiple statements for loop as you can have multiple statements in this for block as well by writing print element again. And note that, let's see how it goes. Print element with the 4 spaces here for each print statement. And when we run the cell, we see that each element is printed twice. Okay, let's take a look at another example here. If we have b is equal to in the square bracket 20 comma 10 comma 4. To print each element of this list, we can write for element in B just like before, column, print in circular parenthesis element. This word element, we can something we can choose here, so we can write element. So it's not mandatory. What I'm trying to say here is it's not mandatory to use this word element. We can use something else as well here. Once we run this cell, each element is gets printed. What if you wanted to find a sum of this list? One way to do that is initialize a new variable, let's say total, and initialize it to 0. Okay, initialize this total variable here. Total is equal to 0, and in this for loop we want to add each element. So to do that, to add each element, to do that, total is equal to total plus element. Let's get rid of this print statement here. So what this for block does is it will go through the each element in the B. So E will be initially 20, then 10, and then 4. And for total, we are adding total. Total is initially 0. When E is equal to 20, we will have total. New value of total will be, which is 0 plus 20 is 20. Then again E is equal to 10, then total value of will be 20 plus 10 will be 30, and at the end we should have total will be B is equal to total and then run the program. So print, using the print function, we will print out the total here. Let's run the cell. Here you can see here 34, because initially we defined total as a 0, then we use for element in the B, for loop for the elements in the B, then we use total is equal to, we define total is equal to total plus element, then to initially 0, then again it will be 20, then again it will be adding 10, it will be 30, and at the last adding 4 will be 34. So what if instead we wanted to find the sum of 1 2 3 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4? One way to do the one way to do that is create a list of this 1 2 3 4 with these four numbers, but there is actually a better way of doing that, and that is to use a range function in the Python. Range parenthesis 1 comma 5. This means that create a range of numbers starting 1 and through 5, but not including 5. This method is better. For example, if you wanted to find a sum of 1 to 100, probably you don't want to write 1 2 3 4 5 600. That will be really long. So I can say 1 to 5, create a range of numbers starting from 1 and to 5 but not including 5, and it's sort of like a list. And to see what inside, you can actually convert it to a list with the list function. So I just wrote list parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis a range of 1 comma 5. So creating a new range and putting it into the list function to convert it into the list. Let's put it to a new variable c, print what's inside c with a c is equal to list range 1 comma 5. So here we have converted to the list function, and inside the parenthesis we have written 1 comma 5 range 1 comma 5, and this putting it into here, we are converting it into the list function by actually writing the list here and putting a new variable c, and we are here, we will print here see what's inside the c using the print function, print in circular parenthesis c, and let's see what we get in the output here. You will see here 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So here you can see the output. As you can see, range of 1 5 is sort of like a list 1 2 3 4, and you can use this range in a for loop. You can just write for, let's see how we can use in a for loop here. For I in a range 1 comma 5 colon, let's say print I. So this word I, something we chose here, then it should print each element in this range 1 2 3 4. Let's see. So here you can see the output here. So what if you wanted to find sum of these four numbers? You can do that just like before with the total. So let's initialize here total variable. Total 2, total 2 is equal to 0, and then we can add each I these items 1 2 3 4 by writing total 2. Let's get rid of this statement and let's write total 2 is equal to total 2 plus I. Initially total 2 we have initialized with a 0 value, and we know what is the value of I. It will iterate from 1 2 3 4. It's a that says the new value of total 2 should be the sum of the old value of total 2 plus I, and that way will be add 1 2 3 4 total 2, which is at beginning is 0. So in the end we should get a value is 10, because if we add these four numbers, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. Let's run the cell. Okay, we need to use print function here. Print total 2. Now let's run the cell here. Yes, you can see the value in the output is 10 as we discussed. Okay, let's take a look at another example here. We are going to use a range of 1 comma n. That's a range of numbers starting from 1 to 8 but not including 8. So if we convert it to the list with the list function, and print this list function using the print function here. Let's see what it prints at the end in the output here. Let's run the cell. You can see here it is printing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, not including 8, which so it the range starts from 1 and ends with a 7 with the in the output, and you can see it got printed in the list format here because we converted into the list in the square bracket here with the print function. So this is the shortcut where you can directly print the values of a list converting into the list from a range. uh, you will get the output here. Now out of these numbers, what if you wanted to find sum of only the multiples of 3? So here only multiples of 3 are 3 and 6. So we want to add them up and find the number 9. So kind of a silly in this small example, but it could be useful when the range is broader. So define a new variable here, total 3 is equal to 0, just like before. Then we are gonna use for loop. For I in range of 1 comma 8. So here we wanna say if I is multiple of 3, we want to check for each number I if that number is multiple of 3, and if that's true, then add I to total 3 with total 3 plus equals I. And to check if something is a multiple of 3, we need to learn something called modulo operator. Here is an example modulo operator. Let's say for example print 4 space modulo 3. This says that divide 4 with 3 and modular operator percent gives us a reminder of that division. So 4 divided by 3, of course 1 with the remainder 1. So we should be able to print a reminder which is 1. And with it, what if you have print 5 mod 3 5% 3? This should give us 2, reminder is 2. And but it let's run and it gives. So likewise you can use so many examples here. So to check if I is multiple of 3, we just need to do I percent. So let's check in this example. So if I percentage 3 is equal to 0, give a colon here, then uh, total variable total 3 is equal to, if this is equals to 0, then I is a multiple of 3. So that's the case. I total 3 plus is equal to I, and we are done. Let's print total 3. Okay, here we are facing one syntax error. Okay, we forgot to give colon here. Still we are facing error in the line 3. Expected intent. Okay, in the line 4, expected in indented block 1 2 3 4. Okay, great. Here, so error has been resolved, and you can see our output here. So here is little task for you. Can you compute, can sum of all multiples of 3 and 5 less than 100? To get all the positive integers, so that are less than 100, we can just do a range of 1 comma 1 comma 100. So here just one tip for you, that you can use a print function and convert this range into the list. Again put it range 1 comma 100, and you can run the cell here. You can see here output is got printed here. So what you want to do here is, out of 3, multiple of 3, 5, 6, and so on, and you know this, there are some numbers that are both multiples of 3 and 5. For example 15, which is a multiple of 3 and 5. So if you are able to solve this problem, just let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to this channel, like, share and subscribe to this channel. So thanks for your support and watching this video. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video.